5 plan, his Expand Early Head Start and Head Start, and his affordable high-quality childcare. So the reason I like to focus on this is because I feel like every person should have a strong foundation. You have to start youth and the young, and you have to build them with great foundations, or else they're just going to have cracks in their foundations when they get older, and that is not a good way to go about your life. And I think that the early childhood education policy is really, really pertinent, and especially in Boston public schools, especially in all public schools, and especially in all schools in America. So I definitely agree that this idea that he has is pretty much amazing. And also, Boston Public Schools are starting to do this. We are hoping to implement just different languages starting in elementary school and in middle school, because as you all know, languages start from very young and it's easier to learn when you're young, just as math is, just as English is, just as a lot of different subjects are, and I think that it's really important that we start this. The next thing is my favorite. It's the No Child Left Behind, but it's to reform No Child Left Behind. And I really like that he's doing this. And he says that teachers should not be forced to spend the academic year preparing students to fill in bubbles on standardized tests. And I definitely agree. I think that it is really sad that students are being tested on their level to become great leaders in the world by standardized tests. And I definitely think that I'm a great student, but I know that there are wonderful students in my school who are doing amazing on standardized tests, but that doesn't prove that everybody will be amazing leaders. And so he is hoping to change this and to just change the whole idea of standardized tests determining your quality as a student. And then the next part is Obama and Biden will also improve the No Child Left Behind's accountability system so that we are supporting schools that need improvement rather than punishing them. So I feel that's really important too, that we should be funding schools that really need the help rather than funding schools who already have it. And that is one really big issue for me that I am really happy that he's focusing on. But my personal favorite, and it wasn't mentioned, but this is definitely something that I focus on in the Boston Student Advisory Council and also on the school committee, is addressing the dropout crisis. And this is the biggest for me. So he is hoping to pass legislation to provide funding to school districts to invest in intervention strategies in middle school. And these all include like personnel academic plans, teaching teams, parent involvement, and mentoring. And I think that this is really important. The dropout crisis is really crazy, especially coming from the Boston Student Advisory Council. We see a lot of this happening. And one of the big issues that I've always focused on and on the school committee is student-teacher relationships. And I think that the relationship between a student and a teacher really can enforce the student to stay in school. And I think that funding for teachers, recruiting, preparing, retaining, and rewarding America's teachers is amazing, because that will be one key step toward helping this dropout crisis. And also making college a reality. For a lot of us here, well, some of us have already gone to college, but for me, I am a senior, and next year I will be attending some wonderful university. I don't know yet, but I know that the one big issue is funding for that university. I am hoping to get the Boston University scholarship. I'm also hoping to go to Harvard or Brown or Smith or Wellesley or any wonderful school. But the seriousness of this is a lot of students don't have the option to go to these schools because there is no funding out there for them. And Obama, with the $4,000, with the 2/3 tuition paid for public schools, with the full tuition paid for community colleges, I think that just takes away the stress that has been put on my shoulders, that has been put on the shoulders of many students, many parents, even many educators. It's hard to say that even though you're a smart student, even though you can become something great, you know what, I'm just going to take that away from you because we can't pay for it, sorry. And I really don't think that's fair. I think that we should all be given the opportunity to become amazing people just like you all are in this room. And I think we we are students in these school systems, and you are who we look up to. And it's sad that sometimes we can't look up anymore because there are so many things blocking our vision, like funding. That shouldn't be an issue. And Obama is trying to take that issue away, and I really, really appreciate that. So he's creating this American Opportunity Tax Credit. And another thing that I also like that he did was simplifying the application process for financial aid. All it takes is a checkbox. Wonderful. I don't have to do the FAFSA anymore. I don't have to do any of that anymore. Just check it off on your tax returns and it's done. That would be amazing. So I really hope that Obama becomes our president. And also I think that one of the great things that I like about him is that he's a leader. And you know what? He's not a leader who's just happy that he's a leader and really just taking pride in his position, but he's a leader who's hoping with this education policy that he can build more leaders. And I think that is wonderful because I want to be a leader one day. That's my goal. My goal is to be an activist and go to the Peace Corps and do wonderful things. And I think that the fact that there's somebody out there supporting me, the person at the very top, that gives me so much faith and so much hope that I can be something amazing. So I say thank Senator Obama. Hopefully he becomes President Obama and we can just all look up to him and hope that our economy gets fixed and that our school systems get fixed and that everything in this wonderful country that we live in becomes a lot better than what it is right now. So vote for Obama.